Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope that the hurricane didn't affect you and your family too much. I was evacuated with my family as well for 2 days, and when I returned, the whole community don't have electricity, so no Wi-Fi, no internet, and no electricity. So in Beaumont, this hot and humid area. That's very difficult. So I can imagine if your house were affected by the hurricane, it will be pretty difficult for many of you. So if you need any assistance on your work, please don't hesitate to let me or Miss Lamb know so that we can help you out. Okay, for this week, you have not only the test, your class, the weekly activity, but also you have the assignment. I know that's a lot of work, especially just right after the hurricane. So this is what I would do. I will extend the assignment due date so that you have 2 weeks to work on the assignment. For the assignment, I will not give you a tutorial video so that you have to work on by yourself. It's not difficult, but you have to read through the guideline before you work on it. This assignment was designed as a test format. So just like a regular test, however, you will be given 3 hours each time when you access the link. You can access unlimited time, but only the very last one will be graded and recorded. So once you finished, don't try again, okay? Another thing is that every time when you attempt to the link, it will start it over. In other words, if you answer the question, you will have to fill it out again. So I would suggest you copy and paste your answer each time when you finish a question on the different files so that you don't have to start it over, okay? But the good part is that you can try it as many times as you like. Okay, so let's talk about the activity now. So, okay, for this week, let's take a look at the questions that I posted on the Blackboard. So in this week, you can see that on the Blackboard, you just reviewed the fertility chapter last week, so we will continue this topic by using ACS data to explore the same 3 cities that you selected. But this week, instead of just using 1 year of ACS data, you're going to use the data from 2010 to 2018. And also, I'm going to show you how to create a histogram by using the Excel. Those are very simple, but you just have to make sure that you are recording the correct data, because what you're going to do is to make a comparison of the birth rates for different racial ethnic groups, also the different native or foreign-born population, and also to see how the teenage fertility rates change over time for the 3 areas that you selected. So as always, I'm gonna use Beaumont, Texas to be the example. So, okay, on the very top, you will see the ACS demographic and housing estimate, and that will be the one that you're going to use. And you can tell that that's not only for 2018, but also you have up to like a 2010 available. First of all, you can download this table or you can just use a screenshot to save the data you're using. So okay, when you look at these information, the table you're gonna use is the fertility information. So you can pull down more, you can load more data, and find the fertility one here. See, this is the fertility. Okay, when you click the fertility, you want to make sure under the city name, Beaumont, Texas, at the bottom, this is fertility. On the right-hand side, right now, the data is showing the 2018 ACS 1-year estimate subject table. But this is not what you're looking for. You're looking for the 5-year estimate. So you pull down the table. Instead of the first one, what you need is the second one. So all of the information from 2010 to 2018, you must select the 5-year estimate. Okay, why? Here I'm going to show you why is it. So this is a fertility data. When you scroll the table to the left, you will see, this woman with birth in the past 12 months, the rate per 1,000 women. And the rate per 1,000 women, this is the information of the fertility rate. So that is calculated by the birth number divided by the population within that specific year. So, okay, so for example, the data I highlighted here, woman age 15 to 19, you have 12 babies born per 1,000 women who are age 15 to 19. And this is the birth rate for a teenager. Okay, so that is one piece of information you're looking for. And when you move down to the bottom, you will see that the birth rate for each of the racial groups. So from here, this is the ACS 2018 1-year estimate, and you'll see a lot of information are missing here. Okay, for example, for Beaumont, Texas, there's no value, no birth rate for Asian. There's no data, okay, the birth rate for Native Hawaiian or other races or 2 or more races, racial groups. So why is that? Because when you use only 1-year data, then the number are too small. So some number, some value will not show in this city. Yeah, because when you are breaking down into the city level or county level, sometimes the population is very small, especially when you are looking at only 1 year. And remember, this is not a total population. This is only 1% or 5% of the total population. And then, so when you break down to cells, some number can be very small. So for a better result, for this assignment, okay, for practice purposes, let's use 5-year estimate subject table. So if you look at the 5 years, okay, it's the same. You can just switch the table and then it will all be the fertility information. So when you choose the 5-year, and again, looking at the birth rate per 1,000 women, and you will see that, among the racial groups, the information are more, the information are better. Okay, at least you have like the Asian group, and you have the population, with some other races, racial groups, or 2 or more racial groups. This is a biracial or multiracial population, their birth rates. The reason why there's no value for Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islander is because in Beaumont area, there's no very few population or American Indian. So that's the case. But anyway, so these are the information you're looking for. So basically, for this week, when you're looking at the birth rates, all you need is only one column. So one way you can do is you can just basically screenshot this information. So you can either download the table or just screenshot the birth rate, something like this. Okay, so in this part, you already cover the teenage birth rate, the different racial ethnic groups, their birth rate, and also nativity birth rate. So just do a small screenshot here, it will work. So you can just cover this area, or you can do a little bit bigger, screenshot, so that you know this is a 2018. Okay, so either way is fine. So once you're done, save the this data, and then you can move to the next one. So that's 2017. Do the same thing. Okay. Okay, so this is 2017. So you copy the information for every year, and then the next step is to create a histogram. So now I want to show you how to create a histogram. In one of the cell here, so that basically is put a margin here. So you put down the year from 2010 to 2018. And then the next step, I want to answer the first question. So the next step, I will put down, the different racial groups. So you put down white, black, Asian, Hispanic, and white, non-Hispanic. And these are the 5 major groups I want you to take a look, to make a comparison. Here I want to explain a little. For Hispanic and non-Hispanic, Hispanic group is counted as one racial groups, but some Hispanics are, well, let's say it this way, some people under the white population, they are Hispanic, some are not. So this is why in census data you have 2 different categories: is Hispanic or Latino. The other one is white, non-Hispanic. So normally we look at the bottom 4 categories. So normally when we talk about the white group, white population, we're talking about the white, non-Hispanic. And so what you need is just to include this 5 pieces of information. Okay, so now let me take a look at the 2010 ACS 5-year estimate. Again, I want to remind you that make sure that you click the 5-year, not 1 year. Otherwise, yeah, your data will not be correct. So move this data to the birth rate. So normally I'll just look at this part, rate per 1,000 women. And then here you have a white, black, Asian, and then I move down, that's Hispanic, and white, non-Hispanic. So I just copy this information in here and do the same thing for 2011, 5 years. And then I move to, birth per 1,000 women. Okay, so because I already entered the data previously, so I'll just show you, for each year you will enter these data. So that will be a complete table. Next, you're going to create a histogram. So to do a histogram, you have to select all of the information within this table. So that cover, the year and also the racial groups. So once you select it, and then you go to insert, and then there are some chart, that you can choose from, different type of chart. And then you can choose a line chart. And then either one, they're all histogram. But here, because with the line with the marker, that will be easier for you to tell, the pattern and the changes. And you can even provide the value on it. So you'll just use this one. So, okay. So this is the table that you have. And that's the table that I make earlier. So with the title. So you will make this table and then just provide a title. Basically, this title means that this title is for the question number 1, information, the fertility rates of major racial groups in Beaumont, Texas from 2010 to 2018. And different color means different racial groups. And then you can see that among 5 groups, Hispanic or Latino has the highest fertility rates. So okay, this is how we handle for the first questions, and then you can do the same thing for the second one, and then just create another histogram and data table under the different sheets. And the third one, teenage pregnancy and birth rate. And originally I plan to cover more questions, but I take out one of them. This is the educational differences, how education will influence the fertility rates. So we'll practice and then take a look at your data, and then for each question, I want you to copy and paste your histogram into your answer, and then you can provide a brief discussion to answer my questions. I think that's it. Let me know if you have any questions, and I think the whole process is not difficult, but it does take time to complete. So, well, I hope you have fun on this class activity. Okay, bye-bye.